This is Dick Richards and
Ray Leon, and we are the illustrious Dicks.
And you're watching the I-70 Hot Tag.
Boom!
And if you follow us on our Facebook page at CSW Wrestling KC, you would have seen the comments both men sent in, video comments both men sent in, talking about this matchup and what it means to both of them. Both men were also on the official podcast of Horseman Country, the I-70 Hot Tag, which you can follow their Facebook page at facebook.com/the I-70 Hot Tag. That's the letter I-70 Hot Tag. Both men were guests on the show leading up to Horseman Country.
What's up, everybody? This is Too Good. Mason St. Goods. Ain't nobody better. I'm so good that my name answers every question in the world. This is Too Good, Mason St. Goods, and you're watching I-70 Hot Tag.
Because the really cool thing, my mom, before she became pregnant with me in New Zealand, she was actually training to become a professional wrestler. And, when she came pregnant with me and stuff, she obviously stopped training, and that was a big dream of hers. And she never got to achieve that dream. And so being here, and funny enough, I was actually named after Stone Cold Steve Austin. Being here, being able to be a professional wrestler, it's not only the biggest dream for me, but it's more or less the big dream for my mom. And my mom and my stepdad, they're not able to come out to a lot of my shows, but when they do come to my shows, I almost want to cry. Like, I'll be honest here, it's really hard because I love my mom more than anything, and she gave up so much for me, just for me to be able to live my dream. And I'm here living it, and it's the greatest thing that anyone could have ever given to me.
Hey, this is me, T2G, Tommy Too Good, and you're watching the I-70 Hot Tag.
So actually I went to Raw here in Kansas City one night, and as I was leaving, there was a guy passing out flyers for the next KCXW show. And I wound up going to the show, talking to the Marksman and Aaron Clay, and they both told me that I needed to go try out at the Extreme Wrestling Center. So for the last 3 years now, I've been training with them.
This is the Top Gun Brandon Beretta, and I'm here on the I-70 Hot Tag podcast, the best podcast in the Midwest wrestling scene. You make sure you tune in every Thursday night, 8:30 sharp, to see faces like me, faces like Joe Vanetti in the future, and any of the top talent coming out of the Midwest.
That's ISO?
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my post to say now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay calm, yeah. Tell them all to move on, yeah. Fucking my post to say now, they be lost in the sauce, yeah. Took a loss, that's your loss, yeah. Had to get my point across.
What's up, everybody? It is one half of the beautiful people and 7-time women's world champion Angelina Love. And aren't you lucky? You are watching the I-70 Hot Tag.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into another edition of the Pit Stop, brought to you by the I-70 Hot Tag. I am your host this evening, the real Josh Elliott, and with me tonight, tagging in once again, Bryan J. Baby. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Appreciate you coming in on this Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to everybody out there, and thank you all for tuning in. We have Kelsey Magnolia on the show on Thursday night, so we got a match we're going to watch of hers. That's our featured match, and then we've got a bonus match for you tonight, so it should be a fun episode. So
it will be.
Bryan, before we get into this, man,
sir.
since you've last been on the show, you kind of have your own side venture, your own podcast. I'd like to give you an opportunity to kind of plug what you got going on.
Well, I really appreciate that because not a whole lot of other podcasts work together a whole lot. I just got together with Patriot Pat, friend of mine I've known since the pre-pandemic Journey Pro days. We just kind of got together and we're like, he wanted to do a podcast because Chase had said something about doing a podcast, and he made the looking eyes emoji or whatever. And so I just messaged him. I was like, hey, I've been looking. We actually, neither one of us have any technical skills per se. So we don't actually do the graphic stuff, but one of his best friends that he works with, JG or Jukebox Ginger, he has StreamYard, so he produces all of our shows. So we're under his YouTube, but we're having a great time. We've only had a couple of shows. We got another one coming up Wednesday night. It's just a lot of fun. And we're not formatted like the I-70 Hot Tag at all. We go in and we pretty much just go without the structure. We just kind of talk and just have a really laid back type of interview. So
that's awesome, man.
And a lot of fun.
And you don't specifically talk wrestling, right? It's a whole different. Yeah,
we do talk wrestling, and we're trying to get people in that either that like wrestling, have wrestled, or whatever. Like he's kind of he does stand up comedy, and I love wrestling. He loves wrestling, so we're kind of getting a good mix of both of those in there. If anyone saw our last show with Corey Castle. He's a wrestler who is also a stand-up. So,
nice.
It was a fun time. We're gonna get some pretty big guests in. A couple of guests I know that have been on television, not necessarily wrestling, but it'll be fun. It's two old goats. We kind of threw that together and ran with it.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Well, congratulations. I'm excited for
Appreciate
you. And I did see that you've got, is it Greg Jovi? Is he a future
we have
guest?
Greg Jovi is going to be on Wednesday night. We actually tried to get him on for our first episode because, I've known the guy for a while now, and love him to death. He's a good dude. And so that was my number one get, but he was busy that night. So we're going to have him on this Wednesday, and we are only running, I believe, 2 shows a month. So we're not trying to saturate the market with us.
You're doing two shows a month. We're doing 2 shows a week.
2 shows a week, 2 shows a month, And hey, you know what? It frees me up if you guys ever need help. So
there you go.
I know.
We appreciate it because tonight was one of them.
And I know you guys are going to have busy schedules coming up here, not too distant future, right? So,
yeah, it's gonna get pretty crazy here.
I can always help out. You know that.
I appreciate it, sir.
What's up, Dean? Good to see you.
Yeah, Dean's in the house. We see Dean. Appreciate you tuning in. We're gonna watch a couple matches of one match of Kelsey Magnolia's. Before we get to that, we're gonna plug some social medias, guys. You can follow the I-70 Hot Tag at the I-70 Hot Tag on all social media platforms. Facebook, YouTube, we're live currently right now on those 2 platforms, but we've also got an Instagram, we've got a Twitter, an X, whatever you want to call it now. We've got a TikTok. Yeah. I'll always call it Twitter. Yeah.
Twitter will never die. It's always Twitter.
Yeah. We've got a Threads that we never post on, but we've got one.
I don't even know where to find Threads, so this is
It linked all of our Instagram contacts when we signed up on there. So it was an easy transition, but again, we don't ever they don't have that
Sure.
posted, or they don't have Threads linked to the Meta Business Suite, so we can't really sync up the
Gotcha.
Instagram and Facebook with Threads yet. So
Sure.
we're slacking on there. But Bryan, where can everybody find you on social
So
media?
everybody can find me on Twitter at Bryan_J_Bay, like it is right over here. And I also run the Two Old Goats podcast at Two Old Goats Pod. We don't, like I said, we don't twice a month, so I don't use that account a whole lot, which I should a little bit more. But
Hey,
you know what? That's
you'll get there.
Or you can find me at a local wrestling shows, CSW, and I'm sure there's another one coming up. I'll be, hanging around, and
There are so many professional wrestling companies in our area. It is there's just a plethora to choose from, honestly. Chase and I were talking about there's a show, and you might be interested in this, coming in October. Tri-States Wrestling is coming to Gladstone.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they're coming to St. Joe. They're doing a 4-day tour. They're doing at Palmeria. It's over there kind of north of St. Louis. Then they're coming to Chillicothe, and then they're going to run in St. Joe and Gladstone all back-to-back, 4 days in a row.
I believe I know the owner of Tri-States.
Do you?
I'm not positive. I will check with someone. I'm pretty sure I know who it is. And if it's that guy, I will definitely go see it.
Yeah, man. It's October 8th, Sunday. That's the Gladstone
October
show.
8th.
Saturday is St. Joe. We may go to both. I don't know. It depends on if the wife will let me get out of the house for 2 days in a row, which is likely not going to happen. But
we can always kidnap you.
There you go. There you go. That's about it. Before a shout out to our sponsor, Big Daddy's Donuts. We will play their commercial before the bonus match tonight. And huge shout out to our guest last week, Brandon Beretta. Does a lot of work over in SICW, Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling, with Herb Simmons. Great promoter. Absolutely love Herb. He does great work over there. He also wrestles in New Breed Wrestling. Go check that out on our YouTube page, our video on demand. Just click I-70 Hot Tag, click the live button, and then you can see all of our previous episodes all loaded up there. Facebook's got it too, but I like to promote the YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's better.
So, all right, Bryan, you got anything before
Yes, sir.
we jump into this?
I do not.
All
Not
right,
that I'm aware of.
Let's watch some wrestling here. This is Lilith Grimm versus Kelsey Magnolia from APW, Alliance Pro Wrestling, in, I'm going to say this wrong, Eau Clair, Wisconsin. Eau Clair, Wisconsin.
Eau Clair, maybe? I don't.
Eau Clair? Yeah. Anyway, we'll get this present, share screen. And I think this is going to load right up. So there we go.
Well, Chase isn't here, so this should work perfectly.
Should be smooth. Should be smooth.
It tends to happen when he's not here.
Yeah, but when he's not here,
At
it's probably gonna crash. Like
the video screen that is.
Let me turn this up. I don't know. Can you guys hear the audio?
Yeah, let us know, guys, if it's up too loud or not loud enough.
It's only coming through one ear for me, so I don't know how
Yep.
loud it is. Like
Kelsey Magnolia coming out here already.
I can hear it out of
built
two.
with a bad attitude.
Maybe it's my.
Really disappointing a lot of fans here.
I like that
in
venue.
attendance.
Yeah, Kelsey Magnolia.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like those chandeliers. Like I got used to them there for a little while with CSW running out the
Anomaly. Just her history.
Camelot Ballroom. Those are really low though.
Yeah,
but they're not over the ring either, so they're not going to be
Exactly.
Started out her career with Dr. Tom Pritchard, or training with Dr. Tom.
there's something
Those actually
about
might be Dr. Tom's
uh,
sunglasses.
Those
like
very well might be,
ballrooms
but you talk
and
to her and learn about
like
her
wedding
inspiration.
venues
I mean,
that
we were all
are
over the board.
pretty
We're
much
talking
perfect
about
for
Western
wrestling.
Japanese stuff. We're talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
old school Southern wrestling. I mean, across the board, you don't know what you're going to get with Kelsey, but she's got kind of that mindset and want to grow. And I'm unsure if there's a better
ticker coming up
opportunity
here
tonight against somebody like Lilith Grimm.
Kelsey Magnolia, bright rainbow neons, but absolutely nothing but a bad attitude. She's going to have her hands full because coming up Lilith Grimm, and this is an interesting character to say the least.
Absolutely. Here she comes out Check out the Warhammer.
I know Kelsey. I don't know much about her opponent here.
She wrestles quite often in Rocky Mountain Pro.
Okay.
So if you are familiar with them,
Lilith Grimm.
I may have seen her then and just not.
She
check
made
this
that
out. This is a pretty cool visual
She's
here.
a blacksmith by trade. She's a blacksmith during the day and an ass kicker at night.
Oh,
right?
look at that!
Nice.
Burning the burning hammer.
Got to light those drapes on fire. Be careful.
So her and Heidi would be a good match.
Yeah,
Lilith
yeah.
Grimm kinda has
Just the
that
looks
pedigree
alone,
of,
yeah.
just kind of being a big badass woman. That I mean,
She, like I said, she does a lot of work in Rocky Mountain. I think she works down in Oklahoma quite often as well.
Think of she's
Okay.
into
I
from
got you.
bodybuilding to blacksmithing.
I mean, you talk about it from the Colorado area, Rocky Mountain Wrestling, OVW.
I think you can
has
always
some
tell whether or
experience
not
there as
Kelsey's
well.
working heel or not, as if she's got those sunglasses
Kind of
on.
been all over the place, and again,
Yeah, I really couldn't tell when she was at CSW. 'cause
comparison between the two competitors in the ring. You got the
people
bright
cheered
neon
her,
colors, about a
but
year
they
and a half
didn't
in, then you got
really know her
Lilith,
at
who just
first.
has that downright-
Yeah,
And I
how
think
was that?
she-
I mean,
I
how
think
was
she-
that match with
So the-
her and who she wrestled again? She wrestled.
She's wrestled twice, I believe.
And Lilith Grimm really kind of
Oh,
fits
really?
that Grimm build, you know. you
No,
think
it
about,
wasn't just the once.
other
It was
famous
Heather
Grimms,
Reckless.
like Ben Grimm.
She wrestled Heather Reckless. Okay.
Yeah, Heather Reckless,
Ben
and it was a really
Yeah,
good
Ben
match.
Grimm.
Who's Ben Grimm?
Really
Oh,
good
the
match. The
ever-loving-
people
I
loved
thought,
both.
I thought she wrestled
Fantastic
Shaza
Oh,
McKenzie.
Sure.
Yeah,
Grimm.
then maybe it was
Ben
twice.
Grimm, you know.
Because I'm
So you're
pretty
saying
sure
that
she
she looks like
wrestled Heather Reckless and
Like a rock
Shaza.
monster? No, I'm saying she comes from a long line of tough Grimms.
But she got really good reaction from the crowd.
Related to the
Awesome.
Rock Monster in Fantastic Four?
Oh, totally.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. We talked to her backstage, got a little bit of her history. I didn't
Of course,
know
you
that.
know Shaza's heel in Kansas City, so
Okay.
You know,
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Do you ever brag about your famous uncles?
I don't actually know.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't have any famous uncles.
You don't?
I don't. What about you?
Yeah, I've got.
Yeah, Heather, I know, is traveling all over the place. She's working Impact now, and
oh yeah,
locking up
she's
now, and you can
she's getting
tell
booked all over the country.
power
Yeah, there's
band.
That's awesome.
It's gonna be hard for her to get her
Magnolia,
booked
but
anywhere.
still a little
Yeah.
twist to the hips
Yeah.
there from Grimm
It
getting
definitely will
Magnolia
be.
Into the corner here.
Yeah, Kelsey Magnolia again. You talk to her. I mean, she might be newer to the professional wrestling business, but she's not new to professional wrestling. Like we talked about her. She sounds like she knows a thing or two about the history of the game.
Yeah, she got.
But there's the power.
She was
from
trained
Lilith.
by Tom Pritchard, I believe.
Yeah.
Lilith Grimm's got a hell of a power base now, looking for the Dragon Sleeper, but instead just bringing down the forearms across the chest.
And if you're trained by Tom Pritchard, then you're probably doing pretty well.
Yep.
Oh, except for right there.
Modified backbreaker there.
Sorry, I'm just used to spouting off jokes on my
Magnolia.
podcast.
You're
We
good.
just go back and forth. And when I'm on the podcast with Chase, I like to make him crack up.
Oh yeah, he breaks every episode.
Our
Yeah.
semi-main event here of
I
Reliance
try to break
Pro.
him. Well, at least when I'm like
Jam-packed
physically on the
crowd here.
podcast with him.
Right.
too. I said something one time. He laughed for about
Magnolia
5
trying to
minutes and
fight
had to
back
shut his
though.
mic off. I don't remember what it was, but it was
Got
great.
across.
Yep.
And it was just a line that I just said, not meaning it to be funny, but
Oh,
Ooh.
needs a splash for her
ooh,
troubles.
oof.
Yeah, if you're Kelsey Magnolia at this point, you got to take advantage of every opening you can get because they're going to be far and few between. Here's one of them, Magnolia now, and there you go. A little bit of showing a little bit of that student
Stitchamania in the house.
game.
I was about to say that.
looking for
I
the
know
boy
that
about
name.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nice monkey flip.
Yeah, Magnolia
Wait,
really
is that what they
using
call that
her
anymore?
speed
I think
and her
so.
length to her advantage here.
I didn't know if that was
Getting things started with that chop block. Now possibly going for that
renamed
crab
move
chest.
now.
And
It
talk
may
to her a
be.
new
I don't
piece
know.
that
That's what
she's
I know
got
it
in
is.
her
Yes,
repertoire.
same here.
Kind of smart here. You're working on some lower back
Also
stuff,
pulling
pulling
on
the
the
hair.
hair and the
Wow.
neck.
We're gonna be
as well.
watching
That's
a
Yeah, there's
Matt
a nasty
Cross.
streak there with
Stitch, if you're still in
Magnolia.
here, I'm sure you remember the name Matt Cross. We're gonna be watching a Matt Cross match
That knee that she
Oh,
chopped
in our
yes.
bonus
off
match
a
after
few
this.
moments ago.
Triple
This
threat
game usually
out of
derives
PIW late last
knees
year.
to lower
I guess
back.
middle of last year.
It's going to be awesome.
Featuring El Diablo, which we've had on the show, and then a individual named Shrapnel, which we have not had on the show yet. But he wrestles quite a bit in the Kansas area, Oklahoma, kind of surrounding our area. Kind of like
Kind of
go.
what you got to do if you're
Doesn't really
Magnolia. Keep your
come into our area too
grounded,
much, except for PIW back
working
last
on
year.
that weak point.
We're going to have to get him in here for some more work somewhere.
Oh yeah,
a little bit of a leg bar,
absolutely.
Because I know that Shrapnel. I know that name, so I've seen something from them.
I see, when we first started this, I saw his name pop up all the time. Like for that first 6 months we were going, I was like, man, this guy's wrestling all over the place.
Yeah.
And then it was like when PIW stopped running, I stopped seeing his name. Like he doesn't, I don't know if he just stopped working or if he's moving, if he's going to Colorado and Oklahoma and
going right back to it as Magnolia.
doesn't get booked very often in our area.
Oh, this is also smart here from.
I think he wrestles for
no
WWX
idea.
a little bit too, which WWX is a little bit. It's hard to follow them.
It's a headlock
I got
with the
you.
leg and you drop it down.
What's going on, Matt Stockdale? Good to have you here.
Isolate the leg. You're not going to be dropping
Future
on the
guest of the
leg.
hot tag in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir.
September 21st, I believe, is
I saw that.
when he is scheduled to be on the show.
Oh, just an FYI, that week I will be unavailable for the hot tag if needed because I will be in Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona.
For
Live
work.
by the sword, die by the sword, right?
Yeah, not going to be fun.
I'm assuming you're flying down there.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not making that drive.
I was gonna say.
No, sir.
My
I'm
my
flying.
dad and sister had a softball tournament down in Arizona, and they drove down to Texas. Actually, I think they stopped in Oklahoma where my grandpa lived, and they went down to Texas and stopped where my cousin lived, and then made the whole drive to Arizona. Then on the way back, they didn't stop. They just drove the whole way back.
Grimacing,
Nice.
the wincing.
So-
I mean, her knee is not.
Yeah,
doing
I'm not
too well
driving
right
down
now.
there.
Need to buy some
I
time.
wouldn't have gone.
At the same time, you kind
I'm
of
headed to Topeka with my JV football team, and we just
Almost every competitor has.
Nice.
heck yeah.
There's
Like
some of that dirty South action right there. Really just rubbing it in.
Good old high school football, man.
targeting
telling
that
ya.
leg or just keeping Grimm grounded, kind of doing
A lot of me
again, going right back at her and
regrets
putting her right back down on the
not
mat.
completing my high school football career.
Right back to the knee again.
But I was an
Mine-
idiot. I was an idiot as
over
a
that half
teenager,
grab.
so as
Applying
most of
more
us are.
pressure here.
I was, yeah. I
Love it
was
at
as
the
well.
knee as well.
Did not play high school sports.
Such a basic maneuver, but a maneuver that pays dividends every time with that single leg crab.
I got asked all the time by a friend of mine to do wrestling,
Grimm
but
is
I
in
couldn't go
trouble
up and down in weight class being a diabetic. That just
Boston
doesn't work.
here.
Yeah, I got both
Yeah, that
legs,
makes sense.
applying more pressure on the knees and then the lower back. Magnolia really just squatting down here.
There we go.
Grimm's
She
in
really
front.
gets some
Boston crab?
moves in. Yeah,
Warhammer
she does the
powering
crab.
out.
I was gonna say I knew that probably wasn't the finish because
An
that
Alliance
wasn't
Pro.
deep enough of a
wow.
crab.
Great train.
Big
Ooh,
spinning elbow last
clubs, man.
I'm telling you, that's crazy.
time. Ooh, with ease
You're
that
right, man. I
sidewalk
think
slam.
The power
Lilith
there.
and Heidi would put on a damn
Bodybuilder
good match.
component of
I
Lilith
know they
Grimm
would. That'd be
almost gets a
awesome.
3 count, but
Or Lilith
both
and
ladies now to their knees
and Max.
Yeah, there is
Yeah,
no
Maxine
quit
Taylor.
here in Magnolia whatsoever.
She just won the
Both of these
the
competitors,
NWA.
the historic first ever women's
She won an NWA
Yeah.
championship, I think.
Yeah,
recently.
they won the NWA championship.
Once in the making.
I don't know if it was like the world
Glad
title,
they're
but
able
she
to
won
both
a.
make it here tonight and, Grimm now.
They won a
Just
NWA
forearms.
title.
She's
I don't know which one it was.
Yeah.
tattooing. Looking for that burning hammer.
Oh,
here.
torture rack.
oh, I think her knee's giving out here. You can tell it's kind of affecting her, but maybe
Oh, she's got her
Shades
up
of
and-
Lex.
Oh!
Oh,
Dropped her with the burning hammer. That should be it here. And it is.
burning hammer. Selling that leg. I like it. Pretty entertaining match.
Well, Lilith Grimm getting a big victory here, the debut in Alliance Pro. but
Alliance
hats
Pro
off to
Wrestling,
Kelsey
Eau
Magnolia really
Clair,
fought the fight
Wisconsin.
and perhaps has done some permanent damage to the knee of Grimm.
I wish they had two.
Yeah, Kelsey Magnolia definitely came in with a game plan. You know,
I
again,
wish they
being
had
so
two
new, just
camera angles.
under 2 years.
But I know how
I think
difficult that would
really
be
proved a
to
lot.
edit because you'd have to go back and
And
sit and
against a competitor like Lilith
for the
Grimm,
full
who's been
3-hour
so
show, edit the
successful all
entire
around the
thing,
country
and it
thus
would probably
far.
take you a couple days maybe to sit down and do it.
But she'll live to fight another day. And speaking of
Yeah, it's not easy.
another day, I mean,
And then you'd have to
And,
sync
I
up
can't remember
the
last
honestly,
day I had seen
commentary.
the Brothers of Construction. And tonight will be
Oh
the
yeah,
night that we get to
syncing
see
up all that would be a pain.
All right. JG's Lounge. There's a familiar
JG's
face.
Lounge. Hey.
I think you know them, huh?
Yeah. It's my producer right there. Everybody check out JG's Lounge. He doesn't do just our podcast. He also does his own with a lot of comedians and different stuff.
Nice.
They do a lot of cool stuff on there, actually. So.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So that was our first match, guys. We've got a big match in our second half. Second half. It's only been 27 minutes, but we've got a triple threat match between El Diablo, Shrapnel, and Matt Cross from PIW Premier Independent Wrestling Aftermath in 2022. It says it was uploaded 10 months ago. This might have been their very last show.
Oh, yeah, may have.
This might have been their last show. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take a quick break real quick. And it's not going to be a long one. It's going to be probably 2.5 minutes. All it's going to do is show you our upcoming guests coming onto the show in the next month. And then it'll go to our main event sponsor. And then we'll come right back and we'll start watching this bonus match. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you in 2 or 3 minutes.
Kansas City metro locations. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy donuts. said the same thing. I can't wait to sink my teeth into one, and that is eat old donuts.
Welcome back, everybody, to the pit stop. I am the real Josh Elliott. With me is Bryan J. Baby.
Yes, sir.
We just finished watching our Kelsey Magnolia match.
Yeah, it was good. Both wrestlers.
Yeah,
really
I really
good.
enjoyed it.
Really quick, Josh, I
yeah,
have
go
to
ahead.
say, Friday I went to Springfield. Stopped by 2 Big Daddy's Donuts. 0 donuts. Of course,
Wait.
it was 9:30, but
Springfield, Missouri?
well, I went through Belton
Oh,
to get
okay.
there and stopped in the morning. 0 donuts at either place.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you're going to get there early.
Yeah. Yeah, I can attest to that. I've been there a few times, and anytime after 9, you're going to get the basics. You may have some glazed, you may have some, regular long johns, but if you want that full selection, you got to get there before 9. Maybe even before 8.
Right.
But
Well,
they sell all the way up until about 10 or 11 until they sell out, really. But
well, and personally, I'm a fan of the Long Johns. Those are probably one of my favorites. So I'd be good. They just don't have any.
Yeah.
Like the lights are off, they're shut. So you know what? I try.
Hey, that's all you can do.
I try to support them.
We got to get you down south earlier than 9:30 in the morning.
Well, I work at 9, so it makes it hard for me to make that trip.
I know. You confused me for a second. You said you went to Springfield. I was like, I don't think they got a spot in Springfield.
they do have a Hertz Donuts down there, though.
Yes.
If you want to spend $12 on a donut.
I will recommend there's a Tortilleria Perches. It's a Mexican restaurant. It's a very small in a shopping center down there in, I think, south end of Springfield. And it is the best shredded beef tacos you're ever going to eat. I've never had anything better than that. So if you ever get down there again, hit me up. I'll send you the address.
I'm usually down there once a month, sometimes twice, depending. But
Dean, appreciate you.
Have a great night, Dean.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll see you back here Thursday.
Absolutely. All right, let's let me see, where am I at here? I got everything all jumbled up here. Let me get that off of there. All right, we're gonna watch our second match here, guys. It is from PIW Aftermath, which is Premier Independent Wrestling 2022. Shrapnel versus El Diablo versus Matt Cross. I pushed the wrong button. Sorry. Share screen. All right. I cannot hear a word the announcer's saying, so.
Neither can I. I do like his white sport coat there, though.
I do too. It's looking slick, looking sharp,
looking kind of Jovi-ish.
Yeah.
I don't think that's leather, but
I will say that is a giant pet peeve of mine. Now I don't know how well it sounded in the arena, but one of the biggest pet peeves of mine is that when you're at a wrestling show and the microphone sound is muffled to where you can't understand what he's saying.
Yeah,
I've seen it all over the place.
It's terrible.
Like the best, like I want to say Grandel, and that's because there was in a theater.
Yeah,
was good. The Glory Pro at the pageant was good. A couple CSW shows were good, but and then I've seen a couple in Kansas that were good. It's just, but sporadically you'll go and it'll sound just like this while you're at the event.
Occasionally there is some, yeah. It depends on the venue.
It does, for sure. And it depends on where you put the speakers too. Some put behind
Exactly.
the curtain, like, and it muffles it going through the curtain. Sometimes they put it out where the crowd's at, but I get why you put it in the back to protect it. Try to turn it up, see if it'll make it any better.
Oh, very loud.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I mean, you can have
I still can't hear him anyway. I still can't understand him. At least I hear him. I just can't understand him.
He's just,
We'll know what he's saying when they start coming out.
Exactly.
We know the three guys. The Aztec Demon Warrior, El Diablo. We had to have a translator on the show. Our good friend Renee Night Owl had to come translate that Aztec language. I don't know where he got those lessons, but
I have no idea. But Renee's been in the game for quite a long time, so if there's anyone that can do it, he can.
Are you still seeing the match right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sharing I'm going to Facebook and I'm going to go to their PIW website and see if I can find when their last event was.
Okay.
I didn't want you guys to see me browsing Facebook.
Nope, it's still on the match. Still looking good on the match.
Yeah, so their last show. Let's see. They have a ton of Aftermath was their last show. They had one scheduled, and I remember this. It was called Wicked Games. Shailin was scheduled to be there. Rocco the Barbarian, Shrapnel, Austin Moitalo, Calvin Aldridge were all on the poster. And then it got canceled due to venue issues, I guess is what they said. That was scheduled to be November 19th, and they have not posted. Hang on. Back in July, they posted a post. It's not a poster, but it's a bunch of wrestlers. Unless I'm on the wrong year, so they may be planning to come back.
You know what? Sometimes you just have to take some time off to regroup.
I 100%, man. UCW, United Underground Championship Wrestling, we've pretty much drained that event on the pit stop. There he is, Matt Cross. This is a huge get for them, man. Like this is a big draw.
Yeah, Matt Cross was, I believe, pre-pandemic. He was at Journey.
He was. Wasn't he in Tough Enough?
I think so.
I think he got hurt.
Pretty sure
and had to leave.
Yeah, but I remember him being in Journey when I was helping them pre-pandemic. They brought in some good people there.
Journey?
Yeah. I mean, at the post-pandemic too, but pre-pandemic they had some seriously freaking bangers.
Yeah. They had Shotzi Blackheart on the regular there.
So Shotzi Blackheart was actually, she considered Journey her home promotion because she was there every month for almost a year.
Yep.
But the very first Journey Pro show, Ricky Starks was there.
Yeah. And I didn't realize that. I mean, I had seen it, but I went back and watched it, and I was like, that's Ricky Starks. Holy shit.
It really is. And he put on a hell of a match.
Yeah. It's just crazy kind of going back and watching some of the old, like even like Metro Pro and NWL,
Oh yeah.
Journey, and just seeing who's gone up and done anything in the E. You know,
Yeah.
AEW is so new. It's but even Impact. People made some TNA Impact.
Oh yeah.
Debuts
It's crazy.
too. So.
Amari Miller with WWE used to wrestle at New Breed.
You're right.
I remember
Amari
taking
Miller.
taking promo pictures of her at New Breed.
What a start to this match.
Yeah.
They're gonna gas each other already before the.
Yeah, stuff like that is just it's fun, you know.
Look at me.
And then someone else started counting. That's awesome.
Oh man.
It's like when Eric Young used to mix it up with the refs and TNA.
I love Eric Young, man.
His whole TNA run with the TV championship or TV title.
He
After Scott
was,
Baio.
yeah. Back when I used to do E-Feds on the regular. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I always like to pick the gimmick guys, because it's easier to write for guys who have gimmicks. And Eric Young was one of my go-tos, and I used to write as much comedy as I could with that.
So good. And coming
and
out.
Then he went heel, and it was weird. And then he got really good as a heel, and then he went to WWE and was really good. And now he's back in Impact. Speaking of which, I saw him on a poster. I don't know if he's wrestling Gil Rogers, but him and Gil Rogers are on a poster side by side.
Interesting.
I think. I don't know where it's at. It's not. I don't think it's anywhere in our Kansas and Missouri. I think might be Illinois.
Nice. May have to talk to Gil about that because he'll be at CSW the end of this month.
Gil Rogers is on a winning streak. Am I dreaming this, or is that a fact?
He is. It's ridiculous. Like
I don't even know how to react to that. I'm so used to him losing that.
the winning, yeah, it shocked me. I think after he won that very first match, the crowd was stunned, like seriously stunned. Like no one knew how to react. Obviously, we cheered, but
yeah,
like it's just crazy. Okay, I was going to say I'm not a fan of the 619, but when he flew all the way around and out of it, I can handle that.
Ooh. Dude, I always get that Sid Vicious.
Yeah.
Like feeling anytime someone jumps off the top rope and just tries to land on their feet.
Yeah, I hate it.
I
absolutely do not like that. And it's even worse when I'm sitting ringside watching it. Like,
I'm sure.
No, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Ooh.
Look at that, 619 again.
Nice. You know the match is good when neither one of us are saying a thing.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
You know, not that matches aren't good when we're talking, but
Only one I'm not a fan of in this match is the one wearing the pinstripes, but that's another story for another day.
Yes.
Ooh,
A story
what a
for
slam!
for after the show. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out who the one in the pinstripes is.
He was in XWE, and he's no longer there. So, ooh, here we go. Damn.
I would not want to take a knee. Oh.
This match ain't even halfway over, and it's like.
And you're like,
what a
holy
match
crap.
to be at, man. This is I would assume this was their main event. I don't know.
You would.
I'm gonna scroll through their card if they've got it posted. Some of these companies don't post their matches, graphics, and to each their own, but for a podcast wanting to promote your show, I definitely want to know who's wrestling.
Yes, absolutely.
In photos. Okay, so other matches on this card consisted of the Clay Huna and Dr. Ison were in a 3-on-3 tag match. I'll get to that in a second. Shailin took on Luna Nightshade. Luna Nightshade has since retired from wrestling, so she's not wrestling anymore. Bobby West took on Kenny Zombie Jones. JC Thunder against Daniel Maxon, two guys from KCXW we're familiar with. We're in that area. Looks like Kurt Gannon, Dr. Ison, and Calvin Aldridge was a team to take on the Clay Huna, Leo D, and Matthew Palmer. So, a lot of familiar names on this card. At the time this happened, it wasn't as familiar just because the hot tag wasn't as, we were still learning all the wrestlers from across the area. But now, looking back, I knew almost every one of those wrestlers.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Ooh. I don't know what you Kansas and Missouri folks are doing here, but this Shrapnel kid is tearing it up in this. I mean, it's one match, but still. I'm extremely impressed in this kid.
I've seen El Diablo before, but this match he's really I'm really digging him too.
100%, man. He's doing a great too. The matches we see in KCXW, they kind of throw him out, especially the multi-man matches, they throw him out of the ring and he sits outside for half the match. He's actually really involved in this one.
Yeah. And that's what I like.
Oh,
nice.
oh.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Close.
It was close. Very close. He just moves his arm over. He could cover shrapnel.
Oh.
Oh shit.
I'm so glad I found
That
this
was
match.
different. Yeah, me too. I was like, whoa, that's different. Oh, that's not. Oh.
Uh-oh. El Diablo's about ready to finish it here. Oh.
Man, that was such a good match. A lot of hard hitting, a lot of flippy shit.
A lot of high spots.
Oh yeah. A little bit of the comedy in there.
Shrapnel gets the
I
dub.
like that. I like that kid.
What a match.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good.
And then Matt Cross ends the night saying goodbye to the fans. Thank you for having me out.
Yep.
He does remind me of the Eric Young look, though. The bald, giant beard.
Yeah.
That
He does have that.
When he was that goofy character, Eric Young.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
Yeah.
All right, man.
When he was wrestling Scott Baio. That was just so good. Like, it's one of those things where if you tried to get someone into wrestling, they'd be like, what the heck are you showing me? But other wrestling fans get it, you know? It's like one of those funny, you know, you need that every once in a while. You can't have this, you know, seriousness all the time.
Yeah,
And
you got to
he
have
was
those comedy breaks. You know, your show
Yeah.
can't just be all one. You know, it's got to be for everybody, right?
And
you
he
gotta
was
have
just
something for everyone.
absolutely hilarious the whole time.
Yeah. So, all right, man. That was we're about 5 minutes away from that hour mark, which is roughly right where we like to be on the pit stop.
Yes, sir. We are.
I will quickly break down what we got coming up as far as wrestling events in September. We've got next weekend, or this weekend, I guess, which is Saturday. New Breed Wrestling presents Making Mayhem. We know Shooter Shailin's going to be there, and we know that Derek Teeter is going to be there. So go check that out. They're giving away a couple championship belts. One of them is a Smoking Skull Championship adult replica. And then they're giving away 1 or 2 children's size belts as well. So make sure you get there, get entered in for that. September 16th, Traditional American Pro Wrestling is coming back to Junction City, Kansas. Remember, Ray Leon is a champion there now, the national champion, I believe, or maybe I can't remember. He beat Burt Cameron, so
Yeah.
he's one of the champions there. Speaking of Ray Leon, September 23rd, Heartland Championship Wrestling presents Air Capital Brawl. They're making their Wichita, Kansas debut. Cannot wait for that. There's a lot of big, great things coming from Heartland Championship Wrestling the rest of this year and next year. So cannot wait for what Billy Simmons has to offer the wrestling world, because they're about ready to light it up. It's going to be, they have big plans. So I'm excited for it.
They got a lot of stuff going on, that's for sure.
Same night, on the other side on the Missouri side, over by St. Louis, Cape Championship Wrestling presents After the Fall. KLD, no role models, all scheduled to be there. They're on the poster. Should be fun. That Sunday, September 24th, Glory Pro, Fear of the Dark. They've got Jake something. They've got Max the Impaler. They've got Calvin Tankman. All going to be there, including their Ascension weekly episodic YouTube series. So go check out their YouTube. Go follow them. Go follow their YouTube series, because that's going to help build storylines, give their students over there at the Forge an opportunity to get in front of a camera and work. So
showcase them a little bit.
Yeah, it should be fun. And lastly, on September 30th, Central States Wrestling presents A Glitch in the Matrix. We talked about it last week. Nurse Dread Roberts is back. Gonna try to stop Gil Rogers, who's been on an absolute tear, I guess, since his return. So
he has, and I don't know, man, because Dread Nurse Roberts has a size advantage here.
He does. And in the Central States Wrestling, in his first title defense since beating Dak Draper, Jeremy Wyatt's going to be taking on Spitfire Davey Vega. That should be a damn good match as well. So go check out your local wrestling, guys. # support independent wrestling. Wherever you're at, there's good wrestling. I mean, within an hour's drive, you're going to be at a wrestling show at some point in the next month or so. So go check it out. Go support them if you're a wrestling fan. There's great talent all over the states. So all over both states.
Yes, sir.
This Thursday, join myself and Brian J. Bebe as he comes in for 2 shows in a row to interview Kelsey Magnolia. We'll talk to her about, her XWE, Mid-States Wrestling. We'll talk to her about that match up there in Eau Clair, Wisconsin, against Lilith Grimm, and everything she's got coming up over the next few weeks. Cannot wait to talk to her. She's a very talented wrestler here in our area, so should be a fun episode.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. It's been a while since I've been on back-to-back shows.
I know, man. It's gonna be fun.
I have done it, but I think
normally what happens is you'll be on with me on the pit stop and with Chase on the hot tag, or vice versa.
It was while you were on vacation before we went to. Was it before we went to Chase and I went to St. Louis? I think it was.
Yeah,
I think I had a run of like 2 or 3 shows in a row.
Yeah, you did. You did 2 with him, and then 1 with me, I think, and then So we greatly appreciate you, Brian, for
Hey, I appreciate being on.
So
absolutely, anytime.
We greatly appreciate it, and Chase will be back hopefully on Monday of next week. He will be attending the Kansas City Chiefs and the Detroit Lions game on Thursday night. It is not a preseason game, so we cannot give him too much shit for missing like he did last year.
Last year we had to, Josh.
yeah. He went to a preseason game and missed the tag. So anyway,
right.
Yeah. So, Brian, you got anything else before we close this bad boy out?
I don't think so. Really, if you all are bored on Wednesday night, want to come hang out, we're doing usually we do a 7:30 start time. We are doing an 8:30 start time this Wednesday. go to JG's Lounge and look up Two Old Goats, and we'll be on there with Greg Jovi. And usually we try to keep it about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes. This one may go over just a little bit because I think Jovi has a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And just
you give Jovi a mic and open forum. It's it'll be a while. Our first one with him went quite I don't remember how long it went, but it was a great interview. I'm not taking anything away with that, but he has a lot of great insights. He's a very smart man, and
great in the wrestling business.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a great episode. I can't wait for it. I'm definitely gonna put a reminder on my phone to tune in. 8:30, right? Wednesday?
I appreciate that. 8:30 on Wednesday, yes. And like I said, we will have comments. Unfortunately, neither one of us have access to put the comments on the screen. So if anyone does comment, we'll just read them aloud.
Does JG sit in the room with you guys, or
no? Normally he doesn't. Normally he's working, so he'll start the show a little bit beforehand. We'll be in the green room talking with the guest, and then he'll say, "Hey, just checking in." In about 30 seconds, I'll start the intro and then go. So he doesn't do that, which is cool. We just appreciate that he's letting us use his platform and.
Oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
And do that. So
cool. All right. Well, if you don't got anything else, we'll go ahead and close it out.
No.
Appreciate everybody tuning in. Dean Houston, Derek Stitch, Matt Stockdale, JG's Lounge, Brian J. tuned into the chat there. Joshua Elliott as well. Look at that.
Yeah, I like that Josh guy. He's pretty nice.
Guys, this is another episode of The Pit Stop. Tune in next Thursday night when we interview Kelsey Magnolia. I am the real Josh Elliott. This is my partner, Brian J. Bebe. And as always, good fight and good night.